Hey Jay, what supplements do I need to take? Is it creatine? BCAAs? What brand of protein do you use? Let's get started. Oh man, supplement companies are gonna hate me for this one. And unfortunately, it'll also reduce my marketability in the fitness industry too, but that's okay. Because the whole purpose of me making all of these videos is to share true information about all the things that I use in my daily life and try to share any tips that I think can be helpful to you guys as well. And really give you guys realistic expectations that'll hopefully help you in the long run. So I guess where my story with supplements starts is all the way back from when I was a kid and flipping through like magazines and seeing different like athletes and admiring them and their physique and being like, oh man, that'd be really cool if I can look like that one day. And kind of while you're going through those pages, you're constantly seeing them pushing different products that they don't even use. And you see someone on TV and you're like, dang, I want to be as strong as that guy. And come to find out, most people aren't that strong without having a little extra something. Or come to find out they're taking steroids or other similar type of products to enhance their physique. Now, if that's something that someone wants to do, that's completely up to them. And it's not up to me to say what's right or wrong. But just from the false advertisement perspective of it, where people are saying that they're natural, or claiming to take certain products that they're not, and really misleading people. As a kid, you don't realize these things, and then when you do find out later on, it can become very disheartening and unmotivating, and lead you to believe like it's impossible to achieve a nice physique without taking things. So I guess growing up, coming to this realization, it really ignited a flame in me. And it just motivated me to really want to do my best to try to see like what type of physique can I truly achieve by truly staying natural. And when I say like natural athlete, I mean just eating real food, no supplements or anything like that. So for the longest time, I was like a super anti-supplement person, growing up. And if you know me growing up, you know that that's definitely true. So back in grade 8, I used to do boxing, and every day on my way home, I would stop by this corner store by the bus terminal. And whenever I had $2 to spare, I'd get V8 as my post-workout drink. And that was my way of staying natural. I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought since it was a healthy drink, then it would be good for me. So I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that, but in terms of how much it would actually help out with muscle growth as a post-workout drink, I'm not sure how effective that would actually be. And then during the first part of high school, while all of my friends were taking protein shakes and creatine and all this random stuff, I stuck to my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So now let's jump into the second part of the story, my first experience with supplements. Finally, my junior year of high school, I gave in, and I started taking a generic whey protein from the grocery store. So I checked the ingredients, it was literally just whey protein. No other add-ins like creatine or any of that, it was just pure whey protein concentrate. So the reason I gave in was because someone likened it to just eating like chicken or meat, and it's just a lot more convenient. So finally, after doing some research and looking into it more, I was like, it's not too bad, it's just protein. It's closest supplement to just like a real food product. So aside from knowing that it was like protein similar to like in food, I didn't understand exactly why I was taking it. I just thought it was like just a magic pill and it would help me achieve my goals somehow. And I didn't know when to take it exactly. So just based on the articles I was seeing and reading in magazines and talking to people about everything, I always said like pre and post workout. I didn't have enough money to keep buying it and taking it pre and post workout every time. So I just ate a granola bar pre-workout and then drank the shake post workout. So that's pretty much what I stuck with towards the end of high school and into college, literally just whey protein post workout. And again, the whey protein that I bought wasn't anything fancy or anything either. It's literally just like the cheapest thing that I could find without looking like sketchy and just making sure also that it didn't have any other add-ins that I didn't want to take, like creatine or any other supplements like that, like added in. So that ended up being often the main ingredient being like a whey protein concentrate, because like I mentioned, that's like the cheapest kind generally. You hear a lot that like whey protein concentrate is like the crappier, cheaper stuff because they don't absorb into your system as well and as fast as whey protein isolate. But I was on the fence as to whether or not that was just a marketing scheme. But nonetheless, I still just stuck to the cheaper whey protein concentrate. Sometimes there was a blend with some isolate as well, but that was lower on the ingredient list for sure. All right, so now let's hop to the third part of this story, which is what I take now. So the whey protein shake post-workout is what I stuck with for a while now, until about 2 years ago, when I was just like, you know what? I barely even take this, just one scoop post-workout. So now that I know more about my nutritional needs and realizing that it's not some type of magic pill that's gonna get my results for me, I started to wonder, like, do I even need this? So that's when I did an experiment 2 years ago where I just removed it from my diet. So no supplements at all, strictly just real food, with the exception of generic multivitamins that I take here and there. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Literally just real food for the past 2 years. But man, not taking whey protein for the first time, like trying that experiment, was so hard for me at first, because I was afraid, like it was in my mind, the back of my mind, there's still that feeling like it is some type of magic pill, and I was scared that I was gonna lose all my progress. But again, realizing that it's not a magic pill, well, just protein, I can just eat more chicken, that'll be good, I went for it. So I think that's where a lot of supplement companies kind of get you. They get us to believe that their supplements are a magic pill, and that they're the reason for our success. So we kind of become like attached to it and dependent on it to an extent, because we're scared to lose any of the progress that we've been seeing. So at this point, after having real food only for the past 2 years, I've stayed the same, hovering around 180, about 14-15% body fat. But I have noticed that my strength has continued to progress, and I feel like my body composition has still been improving. So the moral of the story, in my opinion, is just that supplements aren't needed to get to reach your goals, your fitness goals and your physique goals. And they aren't needed to get there, and they aren't needed to stay there. I'm pretty proud of what I've been able to accomplish without them, and I feel like there's still a lot of room to grow without them. So one of the key things that I've devoted myself to is continuing to stay with just real food only, and continuing to see how far I can get with that approach in terms of achieving my physique goals and my strength goals. Now, this isn't for everyone. I can understand there are some exceptions for people supplementing with whey protein. You know, for people that have a hard time fitting it into their diet due to monetary reasons or convenience reasons like time. I've also met people who sometimes have a suppressed appetite, sometimes due to certain like mental health issues or just physical health issues, and sometimes whey protein is definitely an important factor of their diet as well. Otherwise, for most everyday people, based on my experience, I would say that it's not entirely necessary. So if you're taking something, any supplements, any medicine, I would definitely strongly recommend you look into why you're taking it. Also, if you need to take it, and if there's better alternative. Even if it's recommended by your doctor or FDA approved, I would still highly recommend doing your own research as well. If you watch this documentary, I always tiptoe with documentaries. They have a tendency to be a little biased, but if you watch The Bleeding Edge, it's a really good documentary on Netflix. That was a really interesting documentary looking into the medical devices industry, and although a lot of products are being approved by the FDA, there's still a lot of issues where they aren't being necessarily screened, maybe in the best way possible or to the full extent that they should be. So definitely do your own research is the moral of the story, and interesting documentary if you're into that stuff. Anyways, back to the main topic. So what do you actually need to get into shape? As crazy as it may seem, the things that you've been hearing about consistency with exercise and a proper diet are the things that you need. There's no magic pill. Well, there are some kind of magic pills out there per se, but the question is if you want to deal with the risks involved with those magic pills, or if you prefer taking a more challenging route that would make you more mentally and physically stronger and hopefully healthier by the end of it. Honestly, the fun part really is the journey. You may not realize it at the time, but it's the fun part of figuring out what works for you and seeing that progress gradually start to come in. That's the fun part. It's not being at your target. It's the whole process. So get out there, guys. Enjoy yourselves while you're doing it and try to keep these things in mind. Lastly, just remember that excellence is a habit. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this video helped you guys. Satu.